Yes, hello everyone. Good afternoon from my side. I'd like to welcome you all to the third webinar of the Digital Fashion Network webinar series. I'm Dr. Amusadat Mahmood Saim from Manchester Metropolitan University, and I am the project lead of the Digital Fashion Network project being funded by the Arts and Humanities Research Council. I'd like to welcome our speaker from Malaysia, Dr. Norsaadah Zakaria. Uh, Good evening. It's evening now at your side. So good evening. Thank you for
Yes,
joining us.
yeah, evening.
And Ramadan Kareem, and thank you for joining us in the mid of Ramadan after your iftar. Okay, dear audience, like always, before I hand over to my speaker, I'd like to just share her biography with you. And during the webinar, if you have any questions, raise your hand or write your questions in the chat box. We'll have a dedicated Q&A session after the presentation from our speaker, so you can also uh, raise your hand and ask question that time. Now let me tell you about the background, professional background of our speaker. Dr. Norsaadah Zakaria is a scholar and a research fellow at the Taylor's University in Malaysia, specializing in anthropometric and sizing research for sizing system development. Over the 2 decades, she pioneered manual anthropometric development. With the availability of new body scanning technology in Malaysia, she is now transitioning to digital anthropometric scanning and digital apparel product development. As a research fellow, Dr. Zakaria collaborates with the PhD students, focusing on sustainable adoption in clothing technology research. She also serves as a specialized technical skills trainer for apparel product development, integrating digital technology for enhanced body shape understanding and clothing fit. Dr. Zakaria's contributions extend beyond academia. She founded Telestia Malaysia Clotech Atelier Academy and the Sustainable Fashion Technology Business Hub. These institutions provide highly skilled training using specialized tools and digital system, promoting technology-based independent and sustainable learning in the industry. And I must mention that she is the co-author of the well-cited book, Anthropometry, Apparel Sizing and Design, a volume in Woodhead Publishing Series in Textiles, published from the Elsevier Publication Group. With all this, without any ado, I'd like to hand over the virtual floor to our speaker, Dr. Norsaadah Zakaria. Over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Abu, for the introduction. Let me just share my screen so that we can have a look at what I have.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, hold on. Can you see my screen?
Yes, yeah, I can see your screen, but you are
Okay,
not on full screen mode yet.
okay, hold on. Let me get it on the full screen mode. Okay, okay, right?
Yes, yeah, right. Yeah, yeah, everything looks good. Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay, okay. Hold on. Let me change this to presenter mode. Okay, a very good evening. It's 9:30. No, it's 10:30 p.m. here in Malaysia. Okay, and it's a pleasant um, invitation from Dr. Abu actually to present what I've done throughout my education journey. The title of my talk today is on digital anthropometrics and sizing. Let me just talk a little bit more about what I've done throughout 3 decades since I graduated from my study. I started my education in textile technology from one of the public university, the only public university in Malaysia offering textile technology from the Faculty of Applied Sciences. From textile technology, I further my studies in basically both in textile chemistry, fashion and business. Yeah. So that was the journey in my degree. And then after that, I pursue my master's in TVET education because I'm very interested to pursue in technical teaching. And then I landed in one of the public university in Malaysia. I was the alumni and I went back to teach, and I was an academician for quite some time. Yeah, it was like about few years until I had the opportunity to pursue my PhD research. Um, at the same time, when I was teaching, I was also doing some industry collaboration. Yeah, so I was also a researcher. I was doing training for the industry. At the same time, I'm now a TVET trainer. So from an academician teaching at the university, which is different because you are academically teaching students. After I graduated from my PhD, I moved towards converting myself in skills teaching, and up until now I'm doing both. Yeah, giving knowledge to the participants or students and also giving them the technical skill. At the same time, I'm very much involved in writing. I'm an academic writer. As you can see from here, I have actually published about 6 books, and I mainly write for Textile Institute. Yeah? So I'm also currently training the trainers, the TVET trainers, and also I do develop programs for any institution that needs it, and also I get them approved at the Textile Institute, which is the professional body. At the same time, I was also developing my own academy, which is working with Telestia in Greece. Yeah, this is a accredited university who's offering professional technical skill and apparel product development. And latest, I developed for the last 3 years, I developed the Sustainable Fashion Technology Business Hub, mainly to look into how to transform the SMEs in Malaysia towards becoming sustainabilist, meaning to say practicing sustainable in their own company and also educating them on what's the current trend, which is the sustainable adoption. So that's basically what I've done almost 3 decades. Yeah. Let's move to the next one. So I would also like to actually give a little bit background of my I call it anthropometry journey. It started with the involvement in Malaysian Standards and Industrial Research Institute in 2004. So basically it was past 20 years ago. Yeah. This is the starting of the standards of the Malaysia to actually develop their own standard. Yeah? Meaning to say that we are interested to see how Malaysian can develop our own size standard. So we started with the working group on size designation of clothing in 2005, and at the same time. When everybody was looking at developing the size standard, developing the size system, at that time in Malaysia, nobody actually pursue in this research. Yeah, so due time, I took up the challenge to do my PhD in the development of sizing system. I did not do for adult. Actually, I started with children. Basically, there are 2 reasons at that time. Children sizes are difficult to be developed due to the different growth of children. There are a lot of growth in the development of children's milestone. So I took the challenge to do it, and also at the same time, I was having difficulty in finding my children's clothing. So I took up the challenge and did the PhD and completed my PhD in 2010 with the development of the first sizing system for clothing industry. It involved about 3,500 children at that time. Yeah, it was manually done. At the same time, after I've completed my PhD, I was also involved in another research project by one of the professor in another public university. He actually bought the scanner for the purpose of developing the first size Malaysia. And at the same time, we were sent to Japan to be trained on how to conduct the first national sizing system. At that time, it was in 2011. There were two groups. Yeah, they were a group from National Institute of Delhi, India, and also a group from Malaysia. So basically, for this first journey of my anthropometric research, we were looking into body characteristics and analytics for Malaysian sizes. We are looking for industrial size standard. We want to develop our own standard size. We want to also look on developing clothing sizing system for different market, yeah, for the adult, for the children, for the female, for the male. And we are also wanting to develop our size designation and size chart. So along the time when we were looking for all this, I was really interested. I started to look for body scanner way back in 2001, and there was no body scanner existing in Malaysia. And in 2003, I found out that there was one public university had the scanner. As you can see, the scanner is really huge. Yeah? At that time, you can practically see these are the cameras. I was like small in the middle of this scanner. It's really huge, and this scanner was not used for clothing or fashion. They were used for animation. So I was planning actually to use this scanner to scan the people that I'm supposed to do for the development of sizing system at that time. So I actually deliberately wanted to do this sizing for children. Unfortunately, at that time when I obtained the permission from the schools, which is the easiest route to measure the children, the Ministry of Education did not allow for scan data to be collected. So that was the reason why at this time, although they were available of the body scanner, I couldn't do it, and I routed to doing manual. So that was in 2003, and this is last year, 2023, where I managed to get the scanner from the project with one of the garment manufacturing company. So this the project was to actually develop the mass customization system for the company. They were doing mass production manually, and I came in to give them the consultation to do to develop the scanning, because they were involved in making uniform for the army, and I was suggesting to them to purchase actually this scanner and conduct the national sizing system for the army first. So we did that. We did the project. I came up with the milestone and the framework. Unfortunately, COVID there was COVID in 2020, and we actually need to postpone the project. And it went on until 2023 because we ordered this scanner from US, and they cannot deliver the scanner to us until January 2023. So when the scanner was delivered, the project was not able to get the fund due to COVID and also the economic situation. And I managed to get the scanner to be parked at the university instead. Yeah. So that was the story. So basically what we have done, what we have already equipped the fashion design technology lab in Taylor's University. We have all the facilities of sewing and designing, and also we put in the scanner, and we call it 3D fashion pod. Yeah. So basically, the scanner is coming from TC Square. I'm not so sure whether you are familiar with TC Square. This is from North Carolina, USA. This is a very famous body scanner actually, because this is the scanner that is being used to conduct size US and size UK. Yeah, it was developed way back in 1979. It is the world's first body scanner. And what we are doing, what we have purchased is the model of 19D, which is called the mobile scanner. It can be assembled and disassembled easily, and it can be transported in a car. So that can be done. Yeah? So the state-of-the-art features only 1 second to capture a high accuracy of scan. They have about 12 cameras. So once you get in, they will scan you, and they will capture about 130 dimensions. Yeah. So this is one of the best of the body scanner, besides the small mobile one, which is not so accurate, but this is the smallest accurate body scanner that is in the market right now. So this is the partnering with the Taylor's University. Besides that, we also partner with Telestia CAD and Fashion Learning from Greece. I am the world partner with them. So what we have here, we are trying to get a seamless product development process, whereby we scan you, we get the measurements of the body using the scanner, and then from the scanner we will extract directly to the CAD system. The uniqueness of this software is that the owner of the software has been working with the TC Square scanner, and they have already landmarked the body position of the measurement from the formulation that Telestia has done. So from here, from the data, they can directly connect to the CAD system, not only the pattern making, but also in the fashion design, which I'm going to show later on in the presentation towards the end. So basically, what do we have at Taylor's University? It is just launched last year. So here we have the digital anthropometric, we have the CAD technical drawing, we have the CAD pattern making, we also have the virtual avatar to actually visualize the design that is being designed on the real avatar, which is representing the real body measurement. And then we can also look at the try on fit. Yeah. So this is a partnership between the university and the industry, and also with the scanning technology and also the CAD technology. So this is what we have done at the Taylor's University. So the involvement of this project is with my two PhD candidates here. So one is doing the first user-centered sustainable sizing system for adult female ablation. What I've done is the sizing system for the children. So this is going to be the first sizing system for adult female in Malaysia using the scanning technology. And the second PhD candidate will take over the data to apply to the formulation of fit prediction. So we would have the scanning data using AI to predict what's the best fit for people. Yeah, we will formulate the model. Basically, for those who are very new with the term anthropometric, I would just like to brief about anthropometric. So what is anthropometric? The word anthropometric is originated from Greece back in 1890. Anthropo means human, and metric or metron, actually is the meaning is measurements. So meaning to say, when we do or we conduct anthropometric survey, which we call that, it is to understand the body dimensions and to understand the body characteristics. So when we talk about anthropometrics here, when we conduct anthropometric, we will gain the anthropometric data. From the data, the key components that we are looking into will be understanding what are the body types of the population. Yeah. When we talk about body type, we talk about the somatotype. We talk about the endomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph. There are three categories of body type. So with the dimensions, when we measure, we gain the data in the sense of numbers. From the numbers, we are able to chart them according to different components, which are the body type. And then we will be able to look into what are the sizes of these people. Are they belonging to size M, size S, size XS, or size L? Yeah. Besides that, we also are able to look into the body shapes. There are many different body shapes. So we belong to many different body shapes also. So there are different female body shapes. There are different male body shapes. And lastly, the equation of a good fit is definitely to look into the body proportion. So some, as you can see from here, they are all the same height, but they are having longer legs, or they are having longer torso or short torso. So this is the proportion. So when we talk about the wealth of the data that we can gain from anthropometric, is showing that from here, the components are going to affect the design or the wearer, in the sense that if you are designing something that is not based on the anthropometric data, meaning to say that you won't be able to give the wearer a good comfort and fit. So this is the reason why anthropometrics is very important. And up until today, anthropometric research is still being conducted because of these reasons. One of the reasons is that human are always changing. Okay, we evolve differently based on the way we eat, our lifestyle, um, the way we move about in different countries. So once we are not in the same region, and once we adapt to another different lifestyle and culture, that will actually change the way your body will look. So this is the reason why up until today, since 2-3 decades ago, people are still doing anthropometric research. So the key strategies for anthropometric survey, which is to conduct the measurement process, we are looking into the identification of anatomical points. Yeah, specifically, you will actually train the trainer to understand which part of the points that you need to hold and to measure. This is very critical when you do the manual measurement. Yeah, because we are dealing with many different measurer, and the way they hold the anatomy parts or points will affect the whole measurement process. Okay, so this is very important when we conduct our manual anthropometric survey. The critical point of training the measurer is very high. Yeah, we need to make sure that they are able to measure accurately, precisely, and also when they repeat the process of measurement, they do not do any mistake, because the mistake will affect the fit of the clothing and also the development of the sizing. Also, for the anthropometric survey, we are looking at the identification of body landmark, meaning to say, once you have already looked at the anatomy parts, you are supposed to mark it so that when you measure repeatedly, you will be measuring at the same place. So this is in the sense of manual measurement. With the technology of body scanning, everything has been done on the landmarking in the system. So when you measure, no matter how many people get into the scanner, they will be having the same landmark because they are standing at the same point. Yeah? Uh, from the anthropometric survey, we are also looking at acquiring accuracy. We want to be able to measure accurately at the same place all the time. So we are talking about each measurer must know the anatomy point and must actually mark it well. And also we are looking at acquire precision. You need to be consistent. You need to be able to reproduce the measurements correctly. So do we need the transformation? That's the question. That's what I've been asking myself, actually, because I was involved in manual anthropometric for a long time, and I've been waiting for the day I can transform into digital, giving the chance and the opportunity of having this in Malaysia. So as you can see from the left side and the right side, there's a lot of differences when we do manual anthropometric as compared to the digital anthropometric. The answer to this, yes, basically, I think everybody, every manufacturing, every industry who's dealing with clothing, if they want to have a precision in making a mass customization product or clothing, they must transform towards digital anthropometric. Just to share, this is during my time when I was doing manual measurement. As you can see, I brought in 4 measurers, which I've trained like almost 2 weeks to keep on repeating, to take the same body measurement at the same landmark. So when I trained them, I brought them every day, and we measured about 20 to 30 students, yeah, and with wearing the tight-fitting clothing. So this is massive. This is taking time. And for each body, we are measuring 52 dimensions according to ISO 8859, yeah, 8559. So 52 dimensions, about 25 to 30 minutes each person. But with the scanner, we can only do less than 1 second. Yeah? So this is the process that we did in tailors. Yeah, less than 10 seconds, they extract about 130 dimensions. So the answer, yes, we need to move towards digital anthropometric. So with the digital anthropometric scan data, we will have the dimensions here. You can also actually digitally measure them again. You can have a cloud point here. You are able to look at the shapes, and you are able to print individual data to be given to the participants. The key strategies for digital anthropometric is to be able to do comparative analysis of the anthropometric data due to the nature of the digital, where you can actually visualize the three dimensional body shapes. Yeah, so we can do body analytics. We can actually inform the target market about what are the range of the male or female that we have done, yeah, modeling the different shapes and proportions. We can also do the diversity and inclusion, modeling diversity, which include the different diverse body shapes and sizes for a target market. Target market here is very important. Today we talk about inclusivity of different sizes. We don't want to just include sizes that belong to a certain population, but we want to be able to say that there are many different sizes that needs a proper sizing system, such as the elderly, the children, the ladies, and also probably also the handicapped people. They need to have their own inclusive sizing system. So why is it important to develop sizing system based on anthropometric data? So definitely when we develop a sizing system, we need to understand the data of that population. So they need to have the fit and comfort based on the data. We need to give the customer satisfaction when we do the sizing system, because it will fit them. Market competitiveness, meaning to say that business who's running a proper sizing system will be more, they will actually give the satisfaction to the customers, to their customers. And definitely we are talking about sustainability of the sizing, because if you are to produce or mass produce sizes does not fit the consumers, definitely consumers will get it altered, and once they get it altered, there will be additional wastage of the fabric, and that goes to the landfill. So there's no sustainable in that manner. I'm just going to go quickly on the development of the sizing system, just to share with you. I do not know whether the audience have the understanding of how to develop a sizing system. It might look easy when you look at size M, S, M, L. You don't really understand that actually behind the scene, there are actually a very comprehensive work to be done once you get the data. So based on the research that I've done, this is the whole stages that are needed in order to complete one size designation for one population. So there are 11 steps here, which each one of these are very comprehensive. And these are the stages in planning to capture the anthropometric data. So let's not get into that. Just for the information of everybody here, once we get the data, this is our main objective, which is to classify and make it a chart of what we gain. Yeah, so this is some of the sample of what I've done for the development of sizing system, where this is the male distribution, this is the female distribution. As you can see, from the sizes of S, there are variation of S. So from the variation of M and also L. So meaning to say, when we go and buy our clothing in the store, we had never had so many options But when we develop the sizing system, you can see that you are clustered into the correct sizes, and the range here, you need to choose which one are your sizes. So this is also another scenario of the cluster. And you can see here with the same, you see the uniqueness of the sizing system, you can clearly see that with the same height measurements, they have different hip girth. This is for the lower body. And with the same girth, yeah, they have the same girth, hip girth, but they belong to the same, to the different height. So from here, it proves that with the sizing system, proper understanding of the anthropometric data, you will be able to actually characterize people who wear different sizes based on shapes and proportions and also body type. So not only you need to have the skill to collect the data efficiently, but also to develop the sizing system, you need to have the goals to see which one give you a better sizing system. So from this sizing system, you can see that using different techniques, they give you different characteristics. So you need to calculate the sizing system in the sense that it will show you the optimization percentage. So this is the size cluster where you want to cluster and see where they belong to, and you will create the table like this for small, medium, large. If you are clustering them into 3 clusters, if you think they can be clustered in 5 different sizes, then your table will have 5 tables. So this is the size system that you would want to get from the anthropometric data, whether you get it from the digital anthropometric or manual, it will be the same way. But then the more efficient way of getting of developing size system now is to use the digital method, because they can actually extract more data as compared to the manual data. So you will have a profile, and then you will have the size roll here, and you will be able to see from the size roll how many are accommodated in that size. So from here, if you're giving this to the manufacturers, they will be able to judge which size they are going to make out of the small size. As you can see here, in small size, they have got 2 different height range, and they have got few hip girth range, yeah. And from each of these range, they give you the number, and you will be able to see which of the people that you measured sit in the sizes, and those are the one that you're going to make the sizes on, yeah. And at the same time, you will be able to see the efficiency of the sizing system based on the percentage of the accommodation rate, which is at 99, meaning to say, if you are measuring 400 people, and all those 400 people will be able to find their sizes in here, yeah. And the aggregate loss here showing that how much of the differences between your real body based on the sizing system. So this is a size profile that you want to gain at the end of the sizing system, which shows you the range and the accommodation range, and also the size chart. So moving forward towards the digitalization in the fashion industry, I'm looking forward to actually integrate all of this to become one project, which is doing the body scanning and then doing the CAD fashion design based on the body scanning data, and then transform it into a CAD pattern making, which you do not need to make any sample because the fit is already there. And also you are able to do virtual try on. So this is the project that we are conducting now, which is to develop the model of digital apparel product development, starting from the anthropometric scanning and jumping into this digital product development process that do not do the physical sample iteration anymore, because from here we are able to do the virtual simulation and directly to do the production. If I may just show you a little bit of this technical digital development from scanning up to the pattern making. So we extract the automatically we are going to do the design. We choose the model. Okay, so it's a woman model. We import the measurements directly from the 3D body scanner. And we check the data. And we will get the virtual avatar based on the real measurements that we extract. So this is actually representing the real body measurements, and we can actually design on the body. It's as if you are draping on the real body, and we are able to actually do the measurement directly on the body, because this is a real-time measurement. Yeah, so this is what we call CAD, technical drawing. And based on the technical drawing that you have done on this specific body, which is the real measurement, you will automatically transform this drawing on the master block first. Okay, checking the measurement. And now you got the automatically the master block, and now you will start to transform the details of the design onto the master block to create the design pattern, and transform the measurement on the block, and then you will start to create the pattern pieces. Okay. And they are able to actually start to do the SIM allowance, yeah. And if you are producing for many different sizes, they will start doing the grading, and they will start to put the grading on the marker, and you will be able to actually do the mass production. So with this technology, which is what we call the apparel product development, we actually have simulate the whole process from scanning up to the grading for mass production. And we are looking forward to actually do mass customization, in the sense that we are able to choose the different details of the design to be customized based on the digital library that we set up in the system itself. Yeah. So this is the system that we collaborate with. So anyhow, just to finish my presentation, I would just like to share the current scanning challenges in Malaysia. We have a shortage of talent. Yeah, we are still in the process of exposing students to the real body scanner used in the fashion industry. This is the first lab that we have. We also want the students to actually use the scanner to scan their friend and make the collection based on the scanning data, so that they know that they can understand two things: the design collection, the training to design something, and also to fit the body well. And that's one of the idea of why we put the scanner in the university. We also have competitive market where companies need to offer customizable products, and we need to also move towards sustainable practices. And definitely, when we talk about digital anthropometric, we still have the skills mismatch because it's not being used in the real industry yet in Malaysia. But probably if we are working with the overseas or international buyers, we need to start adopting to this technology. Significant values for university industry are to develop and produce efficiently, especially for the students, so that when they go out, they are able to produce something that is of a good quality. Definitely, they are being taught on the sustainable practices, because a lot of the different processes can be actually skipped due to the digital seamlessly product development. It save costs, reduce wastage, gain digital and technical skills, and matching skill sets that we hope to be among the industry and the students itself in the university. So for future research, this is what I'm looking forward. This is based on my latest book, which is the digital manufacturing anthropometric data. So what we have here, I've already created this theory, which is very important in the apparel education. We want in the future, we want students to be able to gain very highly skills in all this, which is being taught in all the universities all over the world now. But we want to be able to let them do the or actually gain the correct skills. Uh, from my academy, we do offer professional programs that have all this apparel product development from manual to digital, as what I've showed you just now using Telestia system. We also want the students to be able to understand the impact of sustainable in today's world in the apparel industry. So we also have this, and we also have the proper certification under the Sustainable Fashion Technology Business Hub that I developed for the past 3 years. And lastly, in the university, we are looking at the digital platform where they have all the technology. We are looking at exposing students to the mass customization, AI, IoT, definitely the 3D body scanning, virtual try-on, 3D garment visualization, and 3D printing. So with that, I end my presentation today. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Dr. Norsaadah Zakaria, for your excellent presentation. Very informative, particularly the science and development bit is really important from academic point of view. Now, we'll be happy to have questions for our speaker. Those who are with us, feel free to write in the chat box, or if you want to just come to your microphone, raise your hand, you will be able to ask our speaker directly your question. While we wait for a question from our audience, Dr. Zakaria, I'd like to thank you first for your excellent presentation, being with us
Thank
at
you.
the very late
Welcome.
night at your side. And also, my question is, when you develop the size chart for a
Uh-huh.
nation, a national size chart,
Yep.
how big the sample size should be, you think?
Um, if when I was getting across the global asking for, because I've got connection with size UK, size US, they were doing like almost 10 to 11,000, and I was planning to do about 11,000 also. When I was trained in Japan, they give a mark about that also. But recently, when I was talking to TC Square, because TC Square has the experience of conducting, they gave me this Cochrane formula, which is the representation is only about 500
Yeah.
to see. But basically, what I would say, what I've already asked my student, I asked them to actually do a very like a preliminary study whereby they go and have a look and understand what are the sizes and what are the shapes. And when they select, they should be able to select and include, the different shapes that are existing in one particular place. And actually, based on my understanding and based on my experience talking to people who has done the national sizing, national sizing actually doesn't really work for the real manufacturing. You still need to have like a small population. It depends on the target market. So national sizing is very important to be the reference point for the understanding of the body characteristics in Malaysia or in any other country. But then still you need to do small sampling, like you go for only children, you go only for the army, for example, and you go for corporate wear. So you need to go like for the corporate companies who are big, like maybe they have 5 to 600 staff. They need to have their own sizing system. They can't use the national sizing system because probably it doesn't really fit nicely. As you can see from my chart just now, I showed you like if we are developing our 300 people, we get about 78 sizes. So that is actually big sizes. So you need to actually look into how many people fit in what size, and that those are the sizes that you make the
Okay.
sizes from. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay. Thank you. And in terms of statistical analysis, which statistical tools do you apply usually to finalize and validate your sizing system?
Oh, the sizing system is made by your own system. The Telescale system is used to support the technical drawing and pattern making. They are seamlessly working with the body scanner, so it's easy. Like the challenge that I have in Malaysia to conduct the national sizing system is that the manufacturers are not agreeing to that because they are afraid they need to actually build up their pattern again. So with this research, I'm hoping to prove that with the digital technology, you can have everything automatically done for you. You can extract the measurement, you can create your sizing system, and based on that, you can actually morph the sizes,
Avatar.
and you
Yeah.
can, yes, the avatar, and you can see the virtual fit, and you
Yeah.
can easily get
You are
the
mentioning
pattern.
about importing the body scan data into the CAD system. And for this
Right.
importation, what data format of body scanning you use actually?
There is you see in every system like a Clo 3D, they have different importation. For Telesat is a different ORD. They need
ORD.
to import, yeah, they need to import using that. So once they import using that, it is seamless. They can just extract anybody's measurement, and
Okay.
they can customized to that. So that's the beauty of the system that I merge with the body scanning.
Okay. Thank you very much. Do we have any question from our audience?
Maybe
Everybody
it's too
seems
technical,
silent.
yeah.
Yes, everybody seems
I
silent.
think it's too technical for everybody. I'm so sorry, but this is the feel, I think, which is very important for the industry and also for people to just understand how actually comprehensive the work behind the sizes that you see on the clothing.
Right.
Yeah, it's not
I
that
can see one
simple.
question coming from Chaolin. Uh,
Okay.
Apology if I haven't pronounced your name correctly, but thank you for putting the questions here in the chat box. The question is, I'm reading it out for you. Uh,
Okay.
about the automatic pattern generating system or software, it seems like we don't have to do pattern cutting ourselves. It is this any limitations about or this is this any limitation about this software so far?
What kind of limitation, yeah? If I might ask, what kind
I
of
mean,
limitation?
the probably the Chow-Lin is trying to say that is the automatic process. The pattern is being generated automatically,
Yes, it has.
and
It has that features whereby you put in. You see how it works. That you put in your measurement and you create the avatar, and once you they will give you the correct block. That's automatic. You don't have to do it anymore, and they will just and then you would need to do the okay. Like we can do this and on. Okay, the process of transporting the data on the scanner on the CAD system is that you get the master block automatically, and then if you want to do the design, you can design on the avatar, or you can also import the digital design library where you can import the design on the avatar and you can alter based on the design that they have. So you can do multiple action actually on the avatar. They have a digital library, about thousands of designs that you can extract and put it on the avatar, and they also have some template of the design pattern which you can also download and author on the design of the pattern. So a lot of the process is minimizing the time and also more efficient and faster to produce your final pattern.
and as you are mentioning, this downloading the design from the library and applying it to avatar.
Yeah.
What about
Yes.
the size adjustment? It will get the avatar
It will.
size
It will.
automatically, or you
Yeah,
need to
because
change it manually?
the avatar is already the correct size. So when you put the whatever garment design that you want, you will just you will just extend exactly on the avatar.
Okay, and then you don't need to calculate the ease values. Uh,
No, because when you design, you are designing on the avatar. That's the real body measurement, and then later on, as you can see just now, when you create the patterns, you will do the seam allowance after that.
okay, great. I think Chiaoli, you have got your answer. Now we have got another questions from Yuli Lee. Sorry, Yulu Lee. Apologies for the mistake. The question is, do your users have any concern about the use of this data? For some users, this body measurement data might be very private.
Okay. Yes. When we do the scanning, is definitely is anonymous. Nobody knows, and you don't get the data is just measurements. You can't recognize anybody with the measurement. So that's how we inform the participants. When you are being measured, nobody knows that's you. And people won't be able to see your face. The output is just in mesh. The face is not recognized. So I guess it's not an issue.
Okay, okay, thank you very much. We have
So,
also here at Manchester Metropolitan University the experience of using body scanning data for more than a decade now. We started with TC Square, And
Right.
now we have moved to size stream. We have got now SS20
Yep.
size stream body scanner. We also built a database with body scan data. And interestingly, what I have actually identified while looking at the scan data, the point cloud data, or the scanned avatar, I noticed that there are significant difference of the one side of the body to the other side, if you consider left, right side of the body. Did you notice anything from the data that you collected?
Um, I haven't actually collect that many, but so far I don't see it yet. I'm not so sure. Probably we can share our experience later when I
Yeah.
start collecting more.
Yeah, and people's lifestyle, habit, they do influence on the anthropometry. So we noticed that from body scan, for some participants, one side of the shoulder is lower than the other side is
Right.
because they carry bag usually in one side of
Mm-hmm.
the shoulder every day, and that
Right.
small load is not a big weight, but this is small load day after day, month after
Yeah,
month, and
through
they
continuous
keep
time. Yeah.
yeah, and then they change
True,
the body
true.
body morphology, and this kind of things this happens.
Actually, when you start, you see, for myself, when I start to do anthropometric, I start to actually get so, how do I say, get passionate about understanding what are the sizes of people. And I mean, like, after looking at so many thousands of, the data, um it's just that you see the understanding of the proportions are different, the shapes are different, the sizes, there are so many variation. And with that, it's actually the continuation of research needs to be carried on so long, because you need to be able to inform to the manufacturers what to do well, because manufacturers usually do not know all this, and when they produce, they never check on the consumer satisfaction. They just like produce, and consumers are always feeling, oh, I cannot fit here, I cannot fit there, especially in Malaysia where we don't have any standard size. We have all sort of sizes in our closet. We can't even ask anybody to go and buy for us because we cannot predict what are the sizes like. So it's difficult. So anthropometric is very important, actually.
Yeah, it's
Not
important
only
everywhere. It's difficult everywhere. Everywhere is difficult to find the right size of the garment. I
true.
think everybody experienced this. We can keep discussing, but I don't want to keep you holding any longer. It's 11, 11:30 at your side. I know it's
Yes,
approaching midnight.
yes,
So thank you
yes.
very much for your
Sure.
time. Thank you for
Thank you
joining
for
us.
the
Thank you for this
audience.
wonderful
Sure.
presentations. Thank you. And with that,
Okay.
I'd like to conclude this session. So yeah, all the best for all of you. See you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.